Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe for Chinese. Let's continue our Xi's quotes in December. This is upon a request from one of our listeners, and I appreciate that you pointed me to, look at Chinese language in action in contemporary use, and actually by one of the country leaders. And I think it is important to understand how he expressed himself, how he tried to convince and influence people, how to be, a country leader, you have to be the thought leader as well, right? So how he expressed, how he carry out his thoughts, his thinking, we can infer his thinking from his expression. So that's my big ambition over there. And we have been covering a lot of his speeches from 2013, because that's first year after he came into power. So probably he speaks a lot, and a lot of his expression came from that year, probably because 1 year in, he was still kind of a new kid in town, new generation of leaders. Even if in China, the political system back then was like he was appointed as a country leader and agreed upon. There was a certain process, and then he was supposed to have to host the post for at least 10 years. So as a year one, it's almost like, in America, the Union speech, kind of a president year in, you have to, show us like what you did. So in China back then, 2013, economy was still good, right? So he has a lot of ground to stand on. And then he talked a lot about the relationship of the CCP with government officials, CCP with the country. And here he talks about 以身许党, CCP and the self. So he talks about, he focused back on the nature of CCP. And of course, this is in the occasion of addressing the CCP members as well. So he was talking their party thing, party talk. Okay, so he was saying 以身许党. Okay. First off, this is not a Chinese fixed expression. Like there was no such ancient expression, 以身许党. But we have a similar expression. And we have 以身相许, like devote your whole body, and 许, like a promise or dedicate yourself to someone else. So here he was extracting 3 out of the 4 fixed Chinese express and apply it to the context of the relationship between self and the party. So he was here saying like, I'm going to dedicate my whole body, and basically I'm married to the party. Okay. Here I have to point out this is 身, the sensitivity of 身. Okay, Chinese have a ton of self-referral characters. We have ji, which is nose shape. We have a 字, which is pointing toward the middle of your face, which is your nose, and Chinese has a word of that. And we have a wu, which is number 5, and the mouth symbol is kind of personalization, kind of find your place in the universe, which is kind of a modulation. You have to start from number 5. That's your default setting, and it's an you, like as a giver. So Chinese has a ton of expression about self, but I want to refer to self with their body. Gosh, that's a serious self-referral, because unlike self-referral pointing at the nose, which is like your face, the middle of your face, right? So you're kind of pointing toward your consciousness. But here you're pointing toward your whole body. So it's a kind of full body dedication. In our contemporary sense, we can be dedicated to some endeavor, causes or missions. Fine, but it's mostly in a context of, okay, say I have a job, I dedicate 8 hours of my day doing this job. I spend time on it. I'm paid per the time and probably efforts, the results I deliver. But there is still an integrity, the uninterruptible sense of self. Like I have my body belong to myself. I'm like a sacred of me as a separate existence from the company or the job or the mission, whatever. Like I'm separated entity there. I have my body belonging to me. Versus here, it's saying you're dedicating not only your mind, your conscious, your brain power, your efforts, your sweat, your time, you're dedicating your whole body. So that level of dedication, this whole body depiction of self-referral, then gives you the vibe of kind of sacrificing yourself completely, even like give up your life for it. So there is a promise. If you dedicate your whole full body, that means the whole of you, not just the mind and the time, limited sense of you. It's the whole physical embodiment of you that you're going to dedicate to the party. And also there is a sense of this foreverness embedded in Shen, because once you dedicate your whole body, that means you are able to give up your life. You're able to give up like your whole physical existence to the party. So that's 以身许党. And to me, this is like, whoa, this is too much of an ask, wouldn't it? Right? Like in my mind, there is still this boundary of public and private. And if you're even all-encompassing, take my private part, my whole body, my own stuff to the party, like that's too much of an ask. That's like a boundary breaking. Okay, but that's his expression, 以身许党, almost like, okay, in Chinese, we have 以身殉国, means you get killed, you sacrifice your life, and then you put yourself as an author, as a martyr for the benefit of the country. Like you die for your country. That's 以身殉国. But 以身许党, it's like sacrifice your whole body, your whole life. It becomes a lifelong dedication. No quitting. Once you're in, you're in. Your full body in, full lifetime span in, and dedicated to the party. Okay, so let's focus on the Shen, one character out of this whole expression. It's a side view of human anatomy. And you can view the top. Well, the top by itself actually is a human figure already. This is the head, and then this is the arm, and this is the torso / legs. So that's the side view of human body. But here, this human structure or human icon was sitting on top of this structure below it. And this structure, according to some scholars, is depicting the full skeletal structure of human anatomy. So here's the rib cage. That's the pronounced part of the structure, the rib cage. And then this probably is one leg in front of the other. I don't know what's the tail doing over there. Maybe humans starting from apes, and we have the tail, and language creator was, knowingly enough of the ape to human connection that we used to have a tail, like even, I guess, monkey to human transaction. Apes probably lost their tail already, but monkeys had their tail, and there was this connection of humans to animals. I don't know. Like I haven't fully comprehend what this stroke looks like, a tail thing. If we are looking this as the rib cage, the two legs, then there's gotta be, positionally, it looks like a tail. But in any case, this is the side profile view, almost like an X-ray scanning of full body. And this is telling you this is about human figure, rib cage, two legs, some sort of thing hanging back there. Okay, that's the body. Okay, I'm showing you the erotica novel category, entertainment for little girls mostly, of imagining what could happen to them down the line. Okay, so all sorts of stories repetitively build on this template of 以身相许. You see, we have 以身许党. 3 of the characters are overlapping with this expression. And this expression in the context of erotica means somebody, okay, most likely it's like the guy saved the girl. The girl, therefore, dedicate her whole body to the guy. It's like, okay, now I'm freely open for you. Full access to my body because you saved my life. That's how I pay back with my full body payment. And that full body payment, oftentimes in a social context, would be, okay, they establish this relationship, they have this full body occupation of each other, I guess, and then that means they are going to get entangled long term. So that's the context in erotica. And now she was using this term, put a spin, as if you, as yourself, as the woman, the girl, trying to get yourself fully dedicated to the male, which is the CCP. Like that's the level of dedication he's calling for with the expression 以身许党. All right, cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.